Okay, this is just a gear video. It's not a review video or anything. Just kind of showing some of the stuff I got, or pretty much all of it. And yeah. There's one other detector I wish I still had. It's my very first one, the Compass Coin Hustler. I actually know where it is, but it's at my aunt's house. I gave it away in 1983 to my grandfather after I got the that one, the Compass Relic Magnum 7. The Coin Hustler I got in 81 and used it until about 83. Gave it to him, and then after I got that one actually still works, but the discrimination on it's pretty weak. So I used that one from 83 to the early 90s. Then I got the Garrett GTA 1000 in 94. And that's the one out of all the machines that I've used the most. I used it from 1994 all the way to the end of 2019. And never used any other machine except that one during that time period. Only because, you know, I was raising 3 kids through those years and just couldn't really afford anything, you know. But even back, well, anyways. And then I got that one was given to me by my brother-in-law, Bounty Hunter Discovery 3300. I poked around with that a little bit in the yard, but I never really went out and did a real metal detecting hunt with that one. But I have used it in my own yard with it. That's the Simplex I got in 2019, so everybody knows what the Simplex is. There's the Impact. Then my FBS machines, my 2 Explorers, and the E-TRAC I just got. That's the ExplorerSE and the Explorer 2. I got the little 6-inch coil on that, on the Explorer 2 right now, just for storage purposes. And the SE has the 11-inch Pro, so does the E-TRAC. And I got a couple other coils here for the FBS machines. I got a slimline 10-inch round, 8x12 Coil Tech football coil, and then I have a big 18-inch for the E-TRAC and the Explorers. Also, I got with the E-TRAC, I got a 13-inch Detect ultimate coil. Haven't used that yet either. For the battery packs, I got that red Innovation battery for when I got the E-TRAC. This thing is great. I mean, I'm on like 5 hunts with the E-TRAC, and I haven't had, and it hasn't budged off of 5 bars full charge yet. So I'm gonna keep going without even charging things, see how long it lasts. Another rechargeable for the Explorers, and these 2 are just regular AA ones. Charger on that. Charger. When I got these, I got this coil and that little 6-inch all together from a guy off Marketplace, and at first I told him, you know what, I don't even need that 18-inch coil. I'm probably never going to use that. But he's like, oh man, I'd rather just get rid of all 3. So he gave me a super good deal on all 3. $145 for this coil, that little coil, and 2 carbon fiber shafts. So I said, yeah, I'll take it all off your hands. I might go out and try that one day just to see. I did air test with this. I think this coil is not very good with coins, because it wasn't, on the air test, it wasn't much deeper than the 11-inch Pro. But when I swung a bigger Tootsie toy over it, it was way deeper. So I think this big ass coil is more designed for cache hunting or bigger objects. It's not really that designed for coin hunting, but I'll try to get out sometime and use that just to use it. Got my Simplex box here with some extra arm cuff. A brand new one there that Nokta sent me, because after a week after getting the Simplex, I broke one of these clips. So they sent me a new arm cuff and I didn't even use it because I ended up super gluing that one. There's the impact box, some headphones. There's the GoPro case. That's the GoPro 5 that I use. I'm using the GoPro 10 right now. There you go. There's what it looks like. Never show yourself on the internet. So, yeah. But like I said, I would love to have my old Compass Coin Hustler back. That was the first detector I ever used, and I found silver with it, you know, but back in the early 80s. I found a couple silver, not a whole bunch. But this Relic Magnum, I found a lot of firsts with this thing. First mercury dime, first Indian head, first silver quarter. But, I mean, like I said, it still works. I could go out and use it if I wanted. 12 AA batteries, but using these things is quite a bit more of a challenge. You know, when those of us that did detect back in those earlier days in the 80s, for me, and started in 81, you know, that's all we had. So we just had to make do with and be comfortable with it. These handles were kind of awkward the way they were. But anyways, that's my gear. Thought I'd just show it because I'm kind of accumulating a little bit more stuff than I started with when I started the channel. But I'm probably good on detectors for a long time. I'm probably not going to get anything else, at least for another whole year. Especially if that E-TRAC there keeps finding silver for me. That's going to be one that I'm probably going to use for most of the year. And yeah, so that's my gear. I didn't bring the shovels in or anything, but I do have a well, it's my daughter's. I have the Nokta pulse dive pinpointer and scuba coil kit. She's got that, but I can use that whenever I want. But I actually don't like that pinpointer at all compared to the Garrett. I mean, it works. Some people might like it, but I used it once or twice out in the dirt, and I just didn't like it. It was like way too sensitive. It was sounding off over the hole. I know it's got adjustments on it, but I was just used to the Garrett, I guess. So one more thing about the E-TRAC is I finally found one that I was at a price I was willing to pay. I wanted to pay between $400 and $500 for one, but you know, you always see a lot of them are still $1,500, $900, $800, $700, and this one's very good condition for what I paid for it. And what sold me on that is the Detect coil. If it wouldn't have came with this coil, I probably wouldn't have got it, because I've been wanting one of these coils for the Explorer, because YouTuber Wizards of Wisconsin uses one on his Explorer too, and he recommended getting that coil. And then when E-TRAC popped up for sale with this coil and the Pro and the Innovation battery with the charger, I was like, yeah. I actually let the sale go for a couple weeks before responding to it, and it was actually another YouTuber called Chicago Digger. That was his E-TRAC, and he used to metal detect with Hilux Yoda and Dirtfish Dave American Coin Hunting and a few others, but I already talked about that in one of my hunts. And but yeah, so that's what did it for me. It was $450 for the E-TRAC with the coil and the battery, so I was very happy with that, especially after seeing the condition of that machine. And that's why I keep the covers on it. I just kind of want to keep it clean like that. So that's it. Thanks for watching.